This program is made possible by the cities of Palm Springs, Cathedral City, and Palm Desert.
Hey everyone, I'm Joel Greene, and welcome to Curiosity Quest Goes Green, the show that explores what you, the viewer, are curious about. Now today, our quest setter came to us from Los Angeles, California. Ellie wrote, "Dear Joel, I'm curious, how do they recycle batteries? And what are batteries made of?" Well, Ellie, what a great question. Think about how many things of our lives are powered by batteries, from cars to computers to toys. Well, because of you, we've made our way out here to Battery Solutions in Howell, Michigan, where we're going to learn how batteries get recycled. So let's begin today's Curiosity Quest Goes Green. So I'm here with Justin from Battery Solutions. Now, Justin, this is pretty cool because we get this letter a lot. How do you recycle batteries? And that's what you guys do.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about your company and about this process.
Well, we were founded about 19 years ago, and it started off mostly in lead-acid batteries, and our owner and our present ownership decided to branch out and get more into dry cell batteries, which would be your alkaline, stuff like AA's, AAA's. So we kind of branched out and got into that, and so now we kind of do every type of battery.
Okay. Now, when you say every type of battery, car batteries?
Car batteries, forklift batteries, electric car batteries.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
You have the most unique battery recycling process in the business. Is that what I'm understanding?
Exactly. It's a new process, and it's actually it's one of the cleanest and greenest in the world.
And so I understand we're going to be able to recycle, what, 87% of the battery? 91% of the battery?
We're actually we recycle 100% of the battery.
No.
We have zero landfill.
I was setting you up there. You saw that, right?
Every part of the battery.
And
that's our trusted guard dog, Lucy.
Is it really? Oh, that's great. Okay.
Great.
So she's part of the
Yeah, we'll introduce you later. She's very nice.
That's awesome. So we're going to learn about how we're recycling batteries.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely.
All right,
let's do it.
So let's do it.
Here's your fun fact. If you consider every conceivable place a battery can be used, then it's probable that there are hundreds of billions of batteries in the world today.
So there are about, 500, 600 battery recycling places in the U.S.?
Actually, no, Joel, there's only a couple. There's a handful in the United States that are actually processing batteries here.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Now, so you're telling me that all the batteries that we recycle at our house are only going to a few places in the U.S.?
Correct, and that's the problem. Not enough people are recycling. You know, most of those batteries are probably going into landfills, but the ones that are being recycled are only going to a few handful of recyclers in the United States.
Now, I live in California, and we're not supposed to put any battery in our trash can that goes to the landfill.
Correct.
Is that the same on all the other states?
It is not. There's a small handful of states that have enacted those same laws to prevent any type of battery from ending up in landfills. Unfortunately, there's only a small number of states that are doing that. So,
wow.
I mean, most states, it's perfectly within the law unfortunately, to throw away batteries and put them in landfills.
Now, tell us, why is it bad to put batteries in the landfill?
Because you can use them again.
I don't know, I guess because it can cause a fire?
Because they leak acid, and it would corrode and poison our ground and our water.
It could be bad for the environment.
They pollute the earth.
Because that's wasting batteries. And when they make new ones, they gotta throw them away again, then they gotta do it again, then again, then again, then again.
Because you should be recycling.
There's only so many places you can throw away things, and batteries are not biodegradable. So you've got things like metals, zinc, nickel, cobalt, things like that that are non-biodegradable and can also contaminate groundwater, potassium hydroxide, and alkaline batteries. So there's materials in that don't break down in landfills. And the other thing is it's something that's taking up space in landfills that can be recycled and recycled at 100%.
So they're collected from all over the U.S.
Correct.
And either roundups or through community efforts or on your own. Like at my house, I have a box.
Absolutely, and we can show you those, but we have a household box where you can put batteries in there. It has prepaid shipping on it, and you just put it in your mailbox and gets mailed to us and we recycle them for you.
Can we just walk and talk about these? What is it? Are these batteries?
These are actually hybrid batteries, so these would go into an electric car.
Really?
Yep. Most cases they are nickel metal hydride types. More recently, they're going into what we call lithium-ion batteries, so they're changing the technology a little bit for the new cars. So we're starting to see some of the new technologies as well as a lot of the old ones.
And what did you say those new ones were?
Lithium-ion technology.
Lithium-ion? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because lithium-ion.
Yeah, they're rechargeable. Actually, it's a common battery in laptops. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Cell phones
Okay.
and lithium-ion batteries.
Okay, now you're talking my
Yes,
language.
yes.
Oh, lithium-ion. Huh? What is a lithium-ion battery used for?
For lamps? Oh, say a flashlight. Car?
Powering really powerful things.
Such as?
DeLoreans to go in the future. Back to the future.
Really big stuff that I don't know what they are. Roller coasters. Making stuff work.
For many different things, from radios to lights to whatever you need. Hearing aids, for AED machines, for heart attacks, all kinds of things.
Do you make them or something?
No.
Do they use that in special equipment or?
Hold on just a second, Renee. I'm getting a call here. Hold on.
Oh, cell phone.
Whoa! Wow. All right. We're good.
Every type of battery has a different recycling process. So the same way you'd recycle a AA battery is not the same way you'd recycle a lithium-ion battery I mentioned. They all use different processes. So, important key to what we do is sorting those batteries by the different types of batteries before they can be recycled. So once they begin the sorting process, they're basically dumped into these different tables.
So they come in, and then you just dump them in here.
No, actually, they'd be dumped on the table, and then they're sorted into here. So you'll see these are labeled. So this is nickel metal hydride, NiMH. This is lithium.
Slow down.
Yes.
Nickel
metal hydride. Yeah.
Nickel metal hydride.
And it's a rechargeable battery.
Rechargeable batteries. Okay, so let's get that. I like those terms better.
Yes, so there's a few different types of rechargeable
cell phone
batteries.
Yep. And then you kept saying alkaline, which are the ones that we're familiar with.
Right, which, go by household, AA's, AAA's. It's by far the most, there's a lot of those batteries out there. Everybody uses them in their toys and stuff. When we dump a small container, you can see how small these other chemistries are sorted into. Well, you can see how big this box is for the alkaline batteries, because that's mostly what we get in.
Wow.
Here's your fun fact. Inside a battery, heavy metals react with chemicals to produce the battery's power.
What is this?
So some customers prefer to put them in little baggies, which is fine. Alkaline batteries do not have to be taped or bagged. Some others do, like the lithium-ion we talked about. And so essentially what happens is, these get
oh my goodness,
dumped onto a table.
Yeah.
You can see how most of these are AA alkaline batteries, as we mentioned. And here's a cell phone battery, BlackBerry.
Absolutely. Oh,
here's a battery pack, and that's
these are a lot of like cordless phones.
Right, that's a NiCad, which is basically nickel cadmium is what that stands for, which is also a rechargeable battery. Yeah, your old cell phones or
but like
wireless phones.
Most of these are alkaline batteries.
They are all identified. When the manufacturers make them, they do put what type of battery it is there, so that way our sorters can know.
You know what I noticed is that a lot of batteries these days actually do say recycle on them.
Yeah, because what happened actually, Joel, is in 1996 there was a Battery Act passed, and what that act did was, one is it got rid of mercury in batteries, and then they also started recycling and pressing for more recycling of rechargeable batteries. And the reason for that is rechargeable batteries have more toxic metals in them, like lithium and nickel and stuff like that, where you don't want that stuff in landfills. Alkaline batteries are relatively harmless because they have zinc and manganese, so they're somewhat more natural, and they use them for fertilizers, medicines, all kinds of stuff. But they wanted to get the mercury out of it, and they wanted to get more of the rechargeable batteries out of landfills, and so that's when they started putting stickers on them and stuff like that.
Really? So it's the rechargeable batteries that really create the biggest problem in landfills currently.
Absolutely, but the catch-22 to that is there's way more alkaline batteries than rechargeable batteries. So as far as landfill space goes, they're taking up a lot more space.
So you can imagine, this is just today's shipment of mostly your alkaline big batteries. Wow!
Right, we can open some of these other ones. We can have a look, but
look at this. Unbelievable. Now, how long will it take to fill up a vat like this or a big box like this?
Not long, maybe a few days. Yeah, depending on how much we get in, but that doesn't take very long. Yeah, and we've got, basically we send these, in a truckload quantities of 40,000 pounds at a time to our other facility for recycling. So,
wow.
So we'll see a lot more of these at the other facility, but that's what they come in just like this.
Unbelievable.
And this way, when we sort them, we know exactly what's in it. So, you know, we know when we run this through our process, it's only alkaline batteries because these guys do such a great job of sorting.
Oh, that's good. And you've got several. Yeah, well, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was about 7 sorting stations, right?
Yeah.
Here's your fun fact. The first miniature battery was invented in the late 1950s.
Here's all the different types of batteries we've gotten in, you know, through the years. You know, it starts with the little small ones over here, which are called silver oxide.
I'm trying to like make them relevant and understandable for everyone out here. These would be in like cameras, right?
Yeah, cameras are a real popular thing. Watch batteries, they'll come in like a button cell. You'll see the one there, that's a little button, the energizer in the top right corner. Yep. So that'll go like in a bat or a watch. And then here's your mercury, which we talked about. Now you see what you notice there is how old those are. Yeah. So all those batteries were manufactured for 1996, basically.
So the lead, again, to give everyone an example, what they're in is what, computers and what else?
Computers, emergency lighting. So you know when you have those lights in your office when the power goes down, or your school, those lights will kick on.
Yeah.
Well, if the power's out, they need to be powered by something. They'll be powered by one of these lead acid batteries.
Now we're going over all this because there's going to be a test at the end.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, so lithium.
Lithium.
We know that computers and cell phones and.
You're exactly right. You don't see you're learning already.
Yeah. I'm getting it down.
Those are one of the longest lasting batteries. There's 2 types of lithium batteries. So there's a lithium ion and there's what we call a primary lithium.
Okay, now I'm
so
lost.
So there's two different. Yeah, you almost had it, and I threw you a curveball. But the primary lithium is what you'll see here are non-rechargeable. So they're one-time use batteries. Gotcha. So they do last longer than any other battery, but they're not rechargeable. Once they're dead, they're dead.
They're more expensive too.
They are. They're very expensive because they last longer, and lithium is an expensive substance to use to put into batteries.
Okay. Okay. And then we have these. Now I recognize the base of these. These are like in the bottom of like cordless drills.
Exactly. So these are the most popular battery there is probably now as far as rechargeables go, which is relatively new, is the lithium ion, which is the other one we talked about. So these are rechargeable. So they're still lithium-based batteries. The difference is that you can recharge these batteries and use them over and over again.
So of all these batteries, is there a battery that is like more environmentally sound, more environmentally?
Not necessarily. I mean, you don't want to have any of these batteries in landfills, like I said, because they're not biodegradable. And a lot of the metals in these, like nickel and cobalt and even lithium, can be hazardous. So to answer your question, no, there is really no safe battery for landfilling. Now, some will argue that alkaline batteries are the safest to put in landfills because they have less toxins in them, and there is some truth to that. But the bottom line is it's the landfill space.
Gotcha.
So they still do have potassium hydroxide in them, which I don't think anybody wants to drink. You know, it gets in the groundwater or something like that.
Potassium hydroxide. Man, I'm coming to like a chemistry class. You know?
Batteries can be recycled, and people need to know that, so you don't have to throw them away.
Sure. Now, what I don't see up here is alkaline.
Okay. Yeah, because there's it's the most, like I said, it's the most abundant battery.
So
there's
so
many of them.
Everybody
knows about alkaline. Everybody knows what a C and a D and a AA and a AAA is. Yes, but so yeah, there is no alkaline board here because basically alkaline comes in a pretty standard measurement. There's only 5 or 6 base types of alkaline. As you see where this board is here, there's all kinds of different ways you can mold and make these in different battery packs and different uses. Where alkaline's pretty much, you have the same AA's, AAA's, C's, D's, 9 volt.
So can you name them all?
Yeah,
you guys can name them all.
AA,
AAA,
big, small, medium,
There's C,
D,
tall, long,
C, AA, AAA, D, and 9 volts.
tiny, ginormous.
All right, so
We'll start with the smallest, I guess.
here we go. All right, so
The AAA, yep.
AA.
Then you have a small, what is those, 9 volt, right?
You're asking me?
Yeah, the small 9 volt. Then you've got the C's.
The C's, and then the D's. Like the
And then
flashlight battery.
yes, and they also make what we call a lantern battery, which is those big kind of square ones you've seen.
That's more than 5.
Yeah, but that's it.
Justin, these are big and light batteries.
Yes.
They're not batteries, are they?
No.
There's a whole look at the whole bag of them. What are these?
Those are the kits we sell to put batteries in to send back to us. We talked about earlier how we get batteries back to us. Well, this is one of the most common ways. So a lot of small companies, large companies, households, They can purchase these kits on our website. They're all inclusive, so they include shipping and handling. And you also get a recycling certificate with some of them, which states the batteries were recycled. And they're available on our website, batteryrecycling.com, and they range in price from $25 for the smallest one all the way up to $79 for a large pail like that.
So no, this answers the question, because the most common question about battery recycling that we get in a lot of places we go to, we've been to landfills and recycle plants, is how do you recycle batteries?
Putting it in a recycle can or something like that. I think we recycle it the way you recycle bottles.
I don't know, take it to a recycling center?
You have to take it to the e-waste at the city, so that's only a few days a week you can take it there, and you can't throw it in a trash can, because that's the bad thing.
Put it in a recycling place? You put it in a trash can. Or use it over and over again.
Melissa, what do we do with all the batteries we take out of the battery packs when we're traveling?
When we're traveling, we take them home with us.
We never throw them in the trash can, never, because I don't know what the rules are in the different states. But in my state, I know I can't throw it in the trash can, so I bring it back, stick it in my box.
Right,
so.
collecting them is one of the major issues. So like I said, some people use coffee cans, old boxes in their house. Some people put these right in their garage, or a closet, and they just, it stays out of the way, and every time they have a battery, they just throw it in there.
Now, people are going to say, I know they're going to say, okay, this is great, but it costs something.
Exactly.
There's a fee involved in it. And you said something to me off camera that actually is pretty cool. You said, yeah, it does cost a few dollars to recycle batteries.
Yeah, unfortunately, recycling is attached to free, and that's not always the case. Things like glass and metals, those things have value. They can be recycled, as you guys have been to some other recycling facilities. You can see where that stuff has value. Unfortunately, batteries can, fortunately, there's no value to batteries. Although they can be recycled, and 100% of them can be recycled, what you get out of them after they're recycled doesn't really have a value. So the problem is we can't sell the end product to make money, to cover the cost for the shipping. And you saw the guys sorting there.
Yeah.
So those are all big costs of ours, and the boxes. So the end material doesn't generate enough profit to cover the cost of all the overhead and sorting and shipping and everything like that. So for a small fee, we try to make it affordable though. I mean, these range in price from $24.95 to $74 for a big bucket like this. If you break that out to it could be a couple bucks a month. And to keep them from landfills and people are happy to do that, to know that they're not ending up in their landfills.
Absolutely. It's a couple bucks to do the right thing. Just give them
That's pretty much a couple bucks to do the right thing.
Here's your fun fact. Americans purchase nearly 3 billion dry cell batteries every year to power radios, toys, cellular phones, watches, laptop computers, and portable power tools.
Look at all the batteries. Toy batteries, more toys, and then more toys.
So you saw these being sorted at the last facility into these big boxes. So then this is the final step. So these actually came from that other warehouse to our location here, where they'll then be put in the machine for recycling.
What's crazy is I saw them being sorted. This box was filled up by human hands.
Yes, it was.
One at a time, over and over and over.
So we know that these are all alkaline, or what we call a pure stream of alkaline. So we know when you put these in the machine, it's only those type of batteries.
Okay. Now, what is alkaline? We briefly said it, but what exactly is alkaline?
Well, we'll show you the components of it later, but essentially it's a very simple battery, which makes it the most inexpensive battery, and the most popular one is it really contains zinc, manganese, potassium hydroxide, which is the electrolyte, and then it has a steel casing, and that's pretty much what makes up a battery. So we'll see those materials when we get into the recycling process.
It's funny because what you just said kind of described what energy drinks are.
Yeah, probably not a lot different, right? Yeah,
it's zinc and electrolytes, and that's what a battery is, right?
Yep.
That's why the energy drinks give you energy.
There you go, exactly right. Power to you.
The light bulb just went off. Whoa! All right, so we're going to see what the inside of these batteries look like. I've always wondered. I see them corroded, but I never know what the inside of them looks like.
Yep, we'll show you.
Well, what's the first step now?
We'll show you, take you over the process, and we'll show you how they get fed into the machine.
Look at this big blue curtain here. What are batteries made of?
I think probably minerals, or like little stuff that, like science stuff. Metal? Iron?
Metal, cardboard, acid. I don't know.
A lot of batteries are lead and some type of chemical within it.
Metal and acid?
So everything's going on inside of this?
Yeah, you can hear it running now, and that's basically the machine running and breaking up the batteries into the different components.
Oh, wow.
So basically that big box that we were just looking at gets dumped into this machine here. So it lifts it up, all 3,000 pounds of it.
Wow.
Lifts it up, dumps it into what we call a hopper here.
Yeah.
This uses vibrations. You can see how it's vibrating?
Yeah.
So that basically it releases, a few batteries at a time so you don't get too many in there. And then they go into the what we call the shredders and magnets, which separates it.
So behind this curtain is what, shredders?
Exactly. They break them into a smaller piece from here, and then it goes into the actual magnets and where it really grinds it up even more. So there's a few different steps before they get ground up into little pieces we'll see later.
Now, why the curtain?
Basically, it makes it cleaner, so we're not getting as much dust and things like that out here, and noise.
Here's your fun fact. The world's largest battery was built in Fairbanks, Alaska, and weighed over 1,400 tons.
All right, so you know what batteries look like typically. We're about to see what they look like when they're all separated.
Exactly.
It's scary in here. So what's this right here?
That's the zinc manganese concentrate. So it's a very fine, powdery substance, and it comes out there. And then you've got your steel here.
That's all the steel. Wow.
You can see it coming off of there.
Oh, it's shooting out of there.
Shooting out of there.
I don't want to stick my hand right there.
And then you'll see the last one over here is a paper plastic mixture.
All in all, from that end to this end, what? Couple seconds?
Yeah, not long. I mean, less than a minute. Yeah.
Wow. All right. So now I see all these boxes out here.
So these are all alkaline batteries waiting to be recycled.
Okay. And is this what, magnesium?
Yep, and then here's your zinc manganese.
Not magnesium, I'm saying it wrong, right?
Yeah, it's a manganese.
Manganese, right. It's totally different from magnesium.
Zinc manganese concentrate, and that's and it's actually warm sometimes when it comes out of there because of all the friction.
And what will the zinc, this manganese, become or be used for?
Zinc can be used in a variety of things like medicines, fertilizers. I mean, zinc is a very popular compound. It can be used, and it can be even reused to make new batteries.
So you're telling me that stuff coming out as batteries could be put back in our medicine?
Absolutely. Yep.
Really?
Yep. And that's, again, we're saving the environment by not having to remine those materials and being reused.
Now people are going to be like, wait a minute, is that what gives me all the energy when I have some of my medicine?
Yeah, same thing that goes in your batteries, the same thing that goes in some of your medicines.
That's crazy. The company's allowing you to say that, right?
Yeah, yes.
Well, all right, now what about the metals? What are you going to do with all the metals?
It can be used for anything from construction. They use it for rebarb, that it's like basically a rod that goes into cement, that it reinforces cement.
Oh, okay.
So steel can be used for any variety of things.
So you give the steel to what, a smelter?
Yep, a mill basically, and they'll basically make it into steel bars or whatever they want with it.
All right, so Justin, in here is what's this in here?
It's a paper plastic mixture.
It's a paper plastic mixture, huh? Oh, so it's like the top of the batteries and the...
Yeah. The cover, the Duracell cover, whatever kind of cover it has, Energizer.
Now, that's a lot of covers in here.
Yeah, that's a lot of batteries.
That's a lot of batteries. Why does everything look black now?
Yeah, well, because of the zinc and the manganese, it's a black mass, so it kind of turns everything black.
And this is all going to the landfill, you said?
Nope, not the landfill. It's actually going to a plastic and paper recycler, and it'll be filtered and refined and essentially cleaned up.
Behind this curtain, too, you were telling me about the other part of this being green. Was that about zero emissions?
Exactly. So this is, typically before when alkaline batteries were recycled, they used a thermal process or a heat process.
Yeah.
So it was great. You're recycling your batteries, they're not going to landfills, but it's kind of a catch-22 because it was a kind of a messy way to recycle them. There was a lot of what we call emissions. So gases getting released into the air and things like that, where they had to be vented and stuff like that. This is all enclosed. You can see everything behind this curtain is behind that curtain. There's nothing going off into the air. There's nothing
going. We're gonna go look.
Yeah, you can check the roof. There's no vents or anything like that. So it's all self-contained, and that's what makes it green. The most green process on the planet is all self-contained, and there's zero emissions involved.
Here's your fun fact. Did you know evidence of batteries date back over 2,000 years?
So this is a warehouse, you said, with the batteries you're recycling right now?
Correct. This is where we store them. They're stored at the other facility we're at. They're stored here, and then they're sent into the other building right next door for recycling. Batteries can be recycled, and I think we've shown that here today.
Absolutely. And most places, if you're uncertain what to do, the best thing to do locally would be to contact who?
You can locally contact your local household hazardous waste department or a solid waste division, something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they'll know. I mean, if you contact someone wherever you're at, they'll know where to tell you to send your batteries. Mm-hmm. Or if not, we just showed you a solution.
Right, batteryrecycling.com.
Battery solution. This is incredible, but like you said, the goal would be to fill this up 10 times over. So let's see if we can do that this year.
Yeah, let's try.
Let's see if we can do that this month.
Let's try. That's our goal.
Let's see if we can do that. Justin, I want to thank you. My hands are dirty.
Mine are too.
Wow, look at that, man. Your hands are more dirty. Yeah, but I can clean mine really fast. Watch this. Bam!
Clean. Look at that. They're dirty.
Oh, man. Oh, seriously, thank you very much.
Thanks,
I want to
Joel.
thank Justin and everyone out here at Battery Solutions for teaching us how and what happens to the recycling process in batteries. And I especially want to thank you, Ellie, for sending us on today's Curiosity Quest Goes Green. Now, if there's something that you're curious about, why don't you let me hear from you? Go to curiosityquest.org, click on the Send Us on a Quest link, and simply tell me what you're curious about. And it could be you that sends us on our next green adventure. Now remember, this is our planet, and it's our responsibility to take care of it. So I wonder, have you gone green? I'm Joel Greene, and I'll see you next time. Batteries are great. When you're feeling low on energy.
You were looking a little tired earlier. I thought maybe we should change your batteries out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Can you do that for me?
Sure.
Can you just stick them on my back?
There you go. You're good to go.
Hey, I'm really good now, Justin. How are you doing? You doing good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm ready to go. This is really good.
See, it worked.
This actually works excellent. I love it here at Battery Solutions here in Michigan. This is Michigan.
You're saying it right now.
Yeah, I'm saying it right. It's so great. I love the batteries right now. I think they're wearing out, though.
This program is made possible by the cities of Palm Springs, Cathedral City, and Palm Desert.
If you'd like to order a copy of this episode or a previous episode, visit us at www.curiosityquest.org.